Darkys Glue, and today what I have is a what's on my Galaxy S video, as I haven't filmed anything for a while and quite a lot of you guys have been asking sort of what ROM I use, what home replacement I use, so I thought I would answer all those questions in one video. So going straight into it, this is my lock screen and this is Widget Locker. I think it's like 150 or something from the market, and it basically lets you customize your lock screen with widgets and change the unlock style. Let's go into the application here. Where is it? Okay, full note. Try and get into it again. Here we go. Into the application, you can just edit everything, move it around, and you can add widgets and stuff like that. Let's just move this back. And the widget I've got here is Power Amp Music Player, which is really cool. So lets you change the song from the lock screen. So that's my lock screen. The home replacement I'm using at the moment is Launcher Pro. I sometimes do use ADWEX, but at the moment I'm really liking Launcher Pro, so I'm using that. And I've only got 3 screens. On this side I've got the Facebook big widget. I'm just going to cover that so you get all the details. But that's the Launcher Pro widget, which you need to have the paid membership of Launcher Pro to use. Then here I've got the search bar, a bigger version of the Power Amp widget. This is Power Control Plus, which is from the market, and it costs a few dollars, and basically it lets you customize it. So like I've added Wi-Fi tethering on the end, stuff like that, and that's really cool. You can just control everything else from your home screen. And then this is Folder Organizer Lite, which just lets you organize your apps into categories and folders, and it's got the quite cool little icon. So that's all the widgets I use. On the bottom bar I've got the 3-dot scroll, and then you just quickly go through the applications which I have on there. Sorry, I'm sitting in a really uncomfortable position. We've got settings, which just opens up the settings. Shop Savvy, which I'll try and show you what it does if we've got enough light. If I can actually hit the button. Here we go. You can scan any barcode, and it should tell you what it is. Okay. So you scan it, and then you can see it comes up with what it is. It should show you a picture in a minute, and where you can buy it online or near to you, which is kind of cool. And you can sort of store all the things you've searched and use them later. We've got Google Translate, which is just a translator. Dictionary.com, which is a pretty good dictionary, and thesaurus, and it's got this word of the day feature. So today it's cosset, and it shows you a cool, in a sort of a geeky way. I find that shows like a word of the day thing, which can be kind of interesting. And it's got contacts, phone, Gmail, app launcher, Chomp SMS, which is the SMS app I prefer to use. Camera, clock, Dropbox, which is really good if you use it on the PC. You can just change files around, and you can store them in the cloud, so you can store music and stuff, and you can actually get a couple of other apps like Titanium Backup to sync with Dropbox, which is quite cool. Market, and then we've got TweetDeck, which is my favourite Twitter app. So you can see you can have all your feeds in columns. So for example, I've got general stuff here, I've got mentions, and I've got direct messages, and I've got Droid Games as a column, so you can add anything as a column basically. It's really cool, and that's the one I use for Twitter. And you can follow me on Twitter at Android at Night. I'll put a thingy in the description. Next, I suppose, are live wallpapers that I use. I do flip my wallpapers quite a few times a day because I just get bored. I've got quite a lot from one developer called Kitty Face, and this is one by them, Asteroid Belt, which is really nice. And we've got a bunch of stock ones. Jungle Waterfall, which is again a Kitty Face one. I'll actually set that one, it's one of my favourites. It's really nice. Of course, these do hammer the battery life, but I do like to use them just to show off the phone. The Microbes on, which I've got a video for. Thunderstorm, which is another Kitty Face, and is another one of my favourites. It's not set up. You can set it up so when you tap it launches lightning and stuff like that. And another really useful one is wallpaper clock, which actually lets you have any image you want, and then you can set a clock on top of it. And it's got other bits of information, which is kind of cool. That's also, I think there's a free version in the market, and there's one that's a couple of bucks, but it's definitely worth getting. So we'll go to applications I've got on the device now, and I'm probably not going to open any of these. I'll just skip through. So we've got Advanced Task Manager, which some people say you shouldn't use. I do. Airport Mania is kind of cute game. Androidify, you can make Android avatars. Angry Birds, Asphalt, Astro, which is the best file manager. Then we've got a couple of stock things. Chomp SMS, as I said. And I'm going to go through these quite quickly so it's not a really long video, which is, in my opinion, the best SMS app. You can customize it and stuff. Chrome to Phone, which is really good if you use Google Chrome. You can send links back and forth, which is really helpful for downloads actually. Clock, Contacts, Cracked Screen, which is a stupid cracked screen prank kind of thing. Dictionary.com I've talked about. Game, Dropbox, Dungeon Defenders. If your phone can play this, get it. It's really, really good. I'm pretty addicted to it at the moment. But yeah, if you like gaming, if you like tower defense or any RPG, you'll really like that. And if your phone can play it, it's definitely worth getting just to see what your phone can do. Because it's like $3 or $4, and it's definitely worth it just to show off your device. Evernote, you can use it to sync notes to your PC and stuff like that. It's kind of useful. Use it for shopping lists, video lists, apps, stuff like that. Facebook, FM radio, football is actually a really cool game. Fruit Ninja, another good game. Gallery, Gmail, Goggles, kind of like Shop Savvy, but you can use it for other stuff as well as barcodes. You can take a picture of like a monument or a picture, and it'll Google search it for you, which is really neat. Gumbros, another really good game. Impossible Level Games, another good game, and that's the add-on pack for it that recently came out. Jetcar Stunts, another one of my favourite games. Latitude and Layer I don't really use, but they're probably helpful in certain situations, I guess. Maps, Market, Navigation. Ninjump, addictive as hell. Paper Toss, also addictive. Pew Pew is a little space shootery type game, which is actually really good. I think it's free, or it might be like 50p. Places, don't use it. Paramp, I'll show you this actually, it's really good. This is my music player of choice. And you can see it's got a really cool skin and stuff like that. And it's also got a album art grabber feature. And there's a couple more skins you can use for it for free, and it's got a really nice widget, so I definitely suggest you use that if you listen to a lot of music on your phone. Press Reader, don't use. Pulse Newsreader is really good. I'll open that. I use it to get feeds from loads of different tech websites, but you can add up any feed you want on the really easy interface. If you go here, you can add more sources. So you can see there's loads. You can search, browse. So that's really good if you like reading news, or if you're bored, you've always got something to read on your phone. Quick Desk is a multitasking app, which I don't really use that much, but it's quite nice. I've got a video of it, I'll put a link here. QWERTY Romicon I can use to control my Samsung TV with my phone. Good game. This is really good if you like to read on trains and stuff, and if you can't read when there's any noise, this gives you some really nice white noise, so you can sort of read or just relax, and that's quite helpful for me because I can't read if there's any noise at all. So I use that in sort of before I go to bed, in trains, stuff like that. Robo Defense HD is just the HD version of Robo Defense. Samsung Apps, Settings, Shop Savvy. SoundHound is like Shazam, but a bit better, I tend to find. SpeedX is probably the best game on Android. If you haven't tried it out, definitely download it. Swipe Pad, I'll show you. I don't really use this, but my dad showed me, and it's actually quite interesting. If it actually enables. Here we go. And what it does is it allows you to gesture from a side, and you can open up a quick list of applications. So, for example, on your home screen, right, and it is a little bit temperamental, so that's why I don't really use it, and I sort of have enough stuff on my home screen already, but you can see that could be quite good if you use, say, one home screen normally and you need some more apps. That's a kind of cool application you should try out, and that's called Swipe Pad. Google Talk, Trainline tickets is free, and you can buy tickets with it online if you're in the UK. That's really useful. TweetDeck I've shown you. UK newspapers is exactly what it says on the tin, and it's pretty good. And video player, voice recorder, voodoo control is really good if you've got a Galaxy. You can use it to make the headphones louder or quieter past like the regular limit. I think the normal limit's about here, so you can make it much louder, and you can improve the quality. So that's kind of useful if you're rooted. Widget locker I've shown you. Wolfram Alpha, if you know what Wolfram Alpha is, you'll know what it is. It's kind of complicated to explain. It's like an algorithm calculatory thing, so it's kind of like Google, but it sort of second guesses you a bit more to what you're actually trying to find out. But that's worth to play around with, and there's also the version online on your PC or desktop, whatever. WordFeud is an alright Scrabbly type game, and then YouTube. So that's everything that's on my phone, guys. I apologise if I'm doing this and it's kind of boring. I've just had loads of requests, so I thought I'd do it. What else? The ROM I'm running at the moment is Darkys, and I haven't really run anything else on the Galaxy, to be honest. I haven't really flashed about as much as I was on the Hero. But you can see Darkys version 9.2 Extreme. And if you don't use this, I definitely recommend you do it. I'll put a link in the bottom bar. And I was going to make a guide for how to get it, but there's so many different ways. If you're coming off from a different ROM, if you're upgrading, if you're using Odin, loads of different methods, and there's actually some really good guides within the thread. So if you look in that thread, you should be able to find it, find out quite easily what you need to do. If you're confused, just email me or message me or tweet me, and I'll try and help as much as possible. But bear in mind that there is quite a lot on the thread, and it does get kind of annoying when you get a lot of emails or a lot of messages asking you the same thing, like how to flash a ROM, and you say go to this link, and they ask you how to do it when it's all there already. So if you just try and use the developer, use the thread, because there's a lot of support out there, guys, on places like XDA developers, and it's not just that it takes me quite a while to answer you guys, it's just that I probably can't answer it even in the best way. And the people who are actually making these ROMs, the people who are on XDA using them a lot more than me, they'll probably be able to help you sort of to a greater degree. But I mean, I am happy to help, so message me, but just bear in mind that's another way you can get information. So yeah, this has been Tech Zero Sticky as Glue, or Android at Night, or whatever I'm calling myself nowadays. Yeah, I need to get back into doing more videos, guys. I've been out of the loop for a bit, but I'll try and edit this on my Mac, make it look a bit fancy, maybe throw in the odd transition or something, try and take out a few of the stumbles. I hope to have a lot more content coming out. I've sort of been up in the air a bit about what phone I'm getting next. I haven't really been doing much in the way of hacking the Galaxy, because I've been more interested in looking at the devices that are coming out, like the Galaxy S2 or the Atrix. And as I also said, I've been really busy with my A-levels. So, and the way it is at the moment at school, I just don't have any time to do videos, so I can only do them in the holidays. And then when you're in the holidays, you want to do other stuff, and you haven't got, you know what I'm saying, guys. So, yeah, sorry this turned into a bit of a ramble, but thanks for watching, guys. Bye.